Gabby Petito's journey across America was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. Her Instagram posts captured the beauty of the world, from breathtaking sunsets to hidden gems along the road. But behind the picture, perfect moments, a darker reality was unfolding. What started as a fairy tale romance quickly escalated into violence, ending in tragedy. As the investigation deepens, shocking truths about Gabby's relationship with Brian Laundrie have come to light, revealing a web of lies, control, and manipulation. How did a seemingly perfect couple end in murder? The investigation uncovers chilling details that no one saw coming. Don't miss the full story as we uncover the twists and turns of a case that captivated the world. Tragic loss. The news was devastating. On a regular day, the call came in that would change everything for Gabby's family. The authorities had confirmed the worst possible news. A phone call that no parent ever wants to receive. The remains found were indeed those of their beloved daughter, Gabby Petito. Gabby's mother, in sheer disbelief, asked for confirmation. Her heart broke when she was shown the pictures, confirming the unthinkable. The world seemed to stop in that moment as the cruel reality set in. Gabby, the adventurous young woman who had once inspired so many, was gone. The vibrant, free spirit had been taken too soon, leaving behind a void that no one could fill. Gabby's death left her family grappling with grief, sorrow, and unanswered questions. She had been on the cusp of a new chapter in her life, sharing her journey with the world through social media. Yet, that journey was abruptly cut short by violence, and her family was left to navigate a nightmare no one should have to endure. The pain of losing her was unimaginable, and the unanswered questions about what happened to Gabby only added to the agony. Final call. The final phone call Gabby's family received was one that no one could have prepared for. It was a call confirming the remains found in Wyoming belonged to their daughter. Gabby's mother, overwhelmed with grief, could barely comprehend the reality of the situation. She pleaded for certainty, needing to be sure before fully accepting the loss. When the authorities showed her the pictures, it was undeniable. The vibrant young woman they knew and loved was no longer with them. The confirmation left her heartbroken, in a state of disbelief. The moment the truth sank in, everything changed. The world Gabby had shared so openly online was now gone, and in its place was a painful silence. Her mother's anguish echoed through the family, and the world at large began to grasp the gravity of the situation. A promising life full of adventure and dreams had ended tragically, and all that remained was the fight for justice, for answers, and for understanding why such a bright future had been taken away. Family secrets. As the investigation into Gabby's death unfolded, shocking truths began to surface about her relationship with Brian Laundrie. What had seemed like a fairy tale romance, two young people traveling across the country together, sharing every moment on social media, was, in reality, a far darker story. Those close to Gabby began to speak out, revealing disturbing details of a relationship that had long been marked by tension and turmoil. Witnesses described escalating arguments, emotional manipulation, and even physical altercations that were often hidden behind the facade of their online posts. What the public had seen as an idyllic journey was, in truth, a toxic and abusive relationship that went unnoticed by many, including those closest to them. The tragic revelation left Gabby's family and friends devastated. They had been unaware of the depth of the abuse and control she had endured. As the secrets of their relationship were exposed, it became painfully clear that the warning signs had been there all along. Unfortunately, by the time those signs were fully understood, it was far too late. The family now struggled not only with the loss of Gabby, but with the heartbreaking knowledge of how much she had suffered in silence. Unanswered questions, as Gabby's family and investigators pieced together the details of her tragic end, a lingering cloud of unanswered questions remained. How did a young couple, seemingly so full of life and adventure, end up in such a devastating situation? What drove Brian Laundrie to take such a violent and final step? The timeline of events that led to Gabby's death remained a mystery for some time. Gabby's last Instagram post, filled with bright images and positivity, was the final public trace of her existence. Yet after that, her phone went silent. Her family, who had been in regular contact with her, knew something was wrong when the messages stopped. But why didn't they see the signs of danger sooner? One of the most haunting questions was about the moment of Gabby's disappearance. What had happened in those final days? Did Brian Laundrie have a plan, or did things spiral out of control? And why did he vanish, leaving Gabby's family with no answers? These questions remain at the heart of the investigation, as her family, law enforcement, and the public continue to seek clarity. Each answer brings new pieces to the puzzle, but the full truth of what happened remains elusive. Gabby's story is one of tragedy, and the search for answers continues to haunt those who loved her. Brooke's regret. As the case progressed, more details emerged, adding layers of complexity to the tragic story. Brooke, a close friend of Gabby's, found herself grappling with deep regret. There had been moments when she had noticed signs of tension in Gabby's relationship with Brian, but at the time, she couldn't have predicted the devastating outcome. Brooke later admitted that she wished she had intervened, that she had done more to protect her friend from the toxic dynamics she had seen. She recalled moments when Gabby had confided in her about the difficulties in her relationship, but Brooke never imagined it would escalate to something as horrifying as it did. The weight of that regret became too much for her to bear. The feeling of powerlessness in the face of Gabby's suffering haunted her, leaving her questioning what more she could have done. She wasn't the only one. Others who had witnessed the warning signs felt the same way, unable to undo what had already been done. For Brooke, and others close to Gabby, the pain of not being able to prevent the tragedy would stay with them forever. It was a stark reminder of how critical it is to listen to the signs, to intervene when something doesn't feel right, and the profound impact when those chances slip away. Kayla's legacy in the wake of Gabby's death. Her story became a symbol of resilience, inspiring others to speak out against domestic violence. Kayla, Gabby's close friend, took it upon herself to carry forward the legacy of Gabby's spirit, ensuring her story would continue to make a difference in the world. She launched awareness campaigns and supported efforts to protect others from similar fates. Kayla's grief over the loss of her friend was immense, but it was paired with a newfound sense of purpose. She spoke at rallies, shared her experiences, and helped to ensure that Gabby's voice would not be silenced. Through her efforts, the legacy of Gabby Petito has become a call to action, urging people to recognize the signs of abuse, support victims, and advocate for systemic changes to prevent further tragedies. Gabby's legacy, carried forward by Kayla and others, is a testament to the power of community, compassion, and action. In a world where too many suffer in silence, Kayla's commitment to fighting for justice and raising awareness has become a beacon of hope. A reminder that even in the darkest times, the fight for change can continue, and the memory of loved ones lost can inspire others to make a difference. Gabby's heartbreaking story serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers lurking beneath the surface of seemingly perfect relationships. Her legacy lives on through the fight for justice and awareness about domestic violence. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts. What could have been done to prevent Gabby's tragic end? What signs did you notice that were overlooked? Your insight could make a difference. Stay tuned for our next video, How a Small Town Uncovered a Massive Crime Ring, coming soon!